Okay. Get all started up here now. Hey everyone, this is Myles here. Be doing the tutorial today for Madden. When we were choosing video games, I thought we had a lot of good ideas for games, like
it's in the game.
first-person shooters and RPG open world games and stuff. I thought I'd mix up a little bit and do a sports game, which I think is unique and interesting to a wide range of gamers. And I also just want to see, how Taylor and other people would react to the gameplay later on. So I'm doing Madden 12. I'm doing 12 even though 13 is out because I didn't buy 13 because, frankly, I think EA Sports really sucks, but they own a monopoly over NFL games, so this is really my only option. And I actually thought Madden 12 is a pretty good game. So today I'll be showing you guys, and mainly Taylor, the mechanics of the game, how a lot of different things work in-game, and just a lot of different features that the game has and stuff. First of all, I'm going to turn the music off. It just automatically comes up. Because I always shut the music off because I think it's annoying.
It's okay. I'm good. Let's go!
I have to uncheck all these things. See, I'm on my Xbox, my profile, this stuff is already saved, but it's over Julia's place to do all this stuff. Once you do this once, it's not really a big deal. I gotta do the volume control. Get rid of that menu music. But I was thinking when I after I chose Madden, one of the obstacles I thought I might run into, just theoretically, by playing this game, was that with any sports game you kind of have to know the sport at least somewhat before you actually try to teach somebody how the game works. So fortunately, I think when Taylor does the game, I think she has at least somewhat of a concept of American football. But I thought it was interesting was that in theory, if you have no idea how American football works, I would have to explain the entire game to you. If anybody watches this video and you have no idea how American football works, I mean, I'm not going to spend time going over the whole basics of the game because it would take forever. But there are a lot of handy places that you can look up online. It's the basics of the game, the rules, officiating signals, things like that. I know they have one on the NFL's website. But first things first, I think I'll take you through just some of the basic mechanics of the game. I think the easiest way to do that is just to do a practice mode. Let's do offense only, and we'll pick some random team. I'm sure Panthers works just fine. Waiting for this to load. So when you're playing the game, whether it's in a practice mode or you're actually in game, they have this menu here, between plays, whether you're on offense or defense. You can choose plays by formation. You can choose by play type or plays aimed at a specific player, that sort of thing. You can pick a random play, or you just ask Madden, which is where they just kind of give you the best option for that scenario, which I think is always easiest. So first things first, right now we're set up to do a run play. While you're under center, you have to just hit A to hike the ball, and then play automatically runs for you. And now that it's a run, you just kind of use the joysticks to run around. You can even run backwards if you want. When you're the running back, you can, or if you're a receiver after you've caught the ball, you can do juke moves, which is moving the right thumbstick around. And as I said before, the left thumbstick does all your actual, north, south, east, west motion. What else? Oh yeah, circle is spin move. See if you're trying to spin around a defender. Y is hurdling. When you're running, if you hit A, you can stiff arm a guy. You used to have to hold down the right trigger for sprint, but now they just do that automatically, so it's not really anything. And then lastly, X is dive, and if you get close to the end zone, you can do like a touchdown celebration. But now we're just automatically in a run play now, but now I'm going to audible into a pass play, and before you snap the ball by hitting A, you can hit X, and it'll bring up all your different audibles, and just kind of give you all these basic suggestions, but you can hit X there, and that gives you more options, or you can hit the right trigger to just flip the play that you've already done. So like now, flip the play and the play is going the other way. But I want to do a pass play to show off some of the passing mechanics, so I'll just do a play action pass, show you how that works. So you hit A to hike it. Now I'm controlling the quarterback, and once the in a pass play, just once the quarterback has completed his play action, the icons automatically come up. As you can see, I'll do it again. I've completed the play action. Now the icons to throw to different receivers come up. All you got to do is just hit that corresponding button. You can pass to whoever you want, and that person runs with the ball. And like I said, just like a running back, the receiver, you have all the same like running moves and mechanics. Just running for the touchdown. So that's basically how offense works. I guess I can change the options now. So I can go offense, defense, and I can show you how defense works. Change the practice type. Go normal, and I'll control the defense. Actually, yeah, I'll control the offense for now. I'll show you how this works up against the defense. Now they actually have some competition. So right now I'm set up in a shotgun pass play. It's the shotgun formation. Quarterback's out of center. It's telling me that the route is supposed to go to Steve Smith there, but that's actually, go routes are actually pretty hard on Madden. I'll show you why. You hike it. You really got to try to time routes correctly. It's actually something new on this game. That's interesting. It's actually pretty realistic, I think. If you're doing like deep passes, you have to try to like throw it over the receiver's shoulder towards the sideline and in front of him so as to not throw an interception. On this particular pass route, I think the easiest route might be to the fullback here. And since I'm Cam Newton, I can roll out of the pocket. That was a terrible pass. I don't know why Cam Newton threw a bad pass on the run, but see, now the fullback's wide open. There you go. In Madden, the way the mechanics are set up are, at least in Madden 12, the physics are pretty unrealistic in the fact that, I think they fixed this with 13, by the way. When you get tackled, a lot of the times, like, your momentum keeps you moving forward, which is to the offense's advantage. But anyway, now I'm going to switch to the defense. I'll show you how the defense works. When you switch from offense to defense, it takes like one full play for it to transfer over. But anyway, when you're on defense, you're only allowed to control one player at a time, just like on offense. Pre-play, you switch around guys by clicking B or A. That'll take you, like, pre-snap clicking B or A. You can choose whoever you want on the defense. And there is different mechanics that you can use based on what position you are. So, like, after the snap, if you're a defensive lineman, you can use the thumbsticks to try to, like, get around the lineman, getting sacking at the quarterback. Really, all you have to do to tackle a guy on defense is just run into the guy with the football, which I think is kind of funny. You can also use the right thumbstick to do the hit stick, which puts a big hit on the guy, which might actually cause a fumble or an injury There's the hit stick right there. You can also do a diving tackle like that, which is X. Try to dive at a guy if he's running in front of you towards a touchdown, something like that. What else? On a pass play, if you're in coverage, Y is to jump. Cam Newton just keeps wanting to sneak with the ball, which I think is stupid. But I'll show you right there. I'm Woodley, one of the linebackers, and push Y to try to jump up and swat a ball or intercept it. When you're in coverage, you can hold the left trigger, and that's like to backpedal and stay with the receivers. I think that's about it, minus defensive audibles. On defense, you can do the same thing like offense. You can call audibles before the play. You can call different formations and try to adjust to whatever the offense is running, whatever adjustments they've made pre-snap. Yeah, I guess there are a few things I forgot to show you on offense, including the quarterback slide that Newton just pulled off there. So when you're a quarterback and running with the ball, you can, well, your first one, you're not supposed to get sacked like that. But if you're escaping the pocket, you can try to hit X to slide to the ground, which quarterbacks do in real life to prevent big hits like that. That would potentially injure Cam Newton. So you can just tap X and it'll slide to the ground, prevent an injury or something. What else? When you're a quarterback, it takes a little while for you to be able to run out of the pocket. I think you have to actually like leave the pocket before you can actually start sprinting, which I think is dumb because it's unrealistic. Because if you notice, like you're just kind of trotting around until you get to a certain like area outside the pocket. It's not realistic whatsoever, but that's just kind of how the game's set up, and you just gotta to roll with that. Throwing on the run is something unique with Madden that I find interesting. Like that, you know, you're trying to escape a sack and you gotta try to sprint and throw the ball at the same time. What else? I think something else that's important in just any football game is kickoffs, so I'll show you how that works. So you choose your kick and return play here. When you're punting, doing kickoffs or field goals or extra points, they always have this kick meter, which they tell you, you click A, and that's to set your power, and you try to get it to the top there, and then you click A again to do your accuracy, and you try to put that in that little white space there, which I didn't do, but it actually still stayed pretty fair, which I found interesting. And then after you kick it, you can use B. Once again, you can use B or A to switch, just like on defense, to switch around any of your guys and try to tackle the ball carrier like that. I guess I can show you kickoffs from the offensive side. Got a way to play though, because I'm going to automatically switch over. Kneeled at that time. Now I'm on the Steelers. Usually when you do kickoffs, it'll just automatically take control of the guy who's returning it. When you're doing kick returns, you get the same, maneuvers and mechanics and controls as running back or receiver when they're handling the ball. So it's pretty standard. You just kind of want to, just run away from all the defensive guys or try to juke them or something. Most kick returners are really fast and have a lot of moves. That's why they're returning the ball. So I often just try to sprint and follow my blockers and juke out of the way. Didn't work that time. guess I can show you special teams too. Which would be, yeah, normal. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. I want to be on the Panthers now so I can do kicks and sure, let's run one play before it switches over, and then we can. So now I'm on the Panthers again. I can hit the back button there by the Xbox button, and it will take me to the play selection. And now I want to do formation. I want to go special teams. I don't want to kick an 82-yard field goal though, so now I gotta change the positioning on the field. Do a field goal block for the Steelers, but like I said, now I gotta respot the ball, which you can just do there in the menu. You hit start and go to practice options. Why won't it let me respot the ball? There we go. And then you can just, you can take the ball, just move it with the left thumbstick. You can move it anywhere between these two hashes, anywhere on the field between the two end zones. And the players kind of follow it aimlessly, which is funny. But anyway, set it up like here is good, I think. So we'll do a field goal. When you're kicking a field goal, you can raise or lower the angle of your kick. You can also, make it go left or right, depending on how windy, which is to kind of counter for how windy it is. The further you are away, from for kicking a field goal, you want to lower the angle a lot. But we're actually pretty close, so you need the angle to be down a whole lot. And then just like a kickoff, you just do the power and accuracy meters, and you kick a field goal like that. And then the defense basically is set up and trying to block the field goal, which rarely works, but it does occasionally. I guess that's fairly realistic. Here I'll go ahead and do a punt. Punt's pretty similar, but I guess it's worth showing. So once again, we're back here in the formation selection. In special teams, we can go punt. You can also do fake punts and field goals, run or pass. Special teams is also good for QB kneels, fake spiking the ball to save clock time. And then in punt, you can do like a protected punt or, a cover punt. I guess it's all based on strategy. We'll just do a standard punt for now. Make the Steelers do a punt middle. Once again, you just kick the ball like so. You can try to angle it to kick it out of bounds before it goes to the end zone as a touchback, which I didn't do right there because the meter's acting funny, which happens sometimes, but let's try to work with it. We are too close for me to be able to try to kick this punt out of bounds, so I'm going to move us back again, go to start, practice options, and respot the ball. Put us like here before half field. Try to kick the ball again. See if the Steelers guy's going to return it. And then just like a kickoff, you can control the guys, try to tackle the returner. This time I'll try to angle it and kick it out of bounds before see, so you can angle it out of bounds, try to prevent a guy from returning it. Oh, and the screen went white there. Oh, never mind. Just decided to look up at the sky, which is stupid, but oh well. I think a thing to, if I guess if you don't know a whole lot about football, I guess you can kind of educate yourself on formations and how they function in the game a lot by choosing plays through formation. You have your Hail Mary, deep pass at the end of the game formation, goal lines when you're close to the end zone, you're trying to score a touchdown, Wildcat, which is new, shotgun passing, weak and strong formations, where your fullback is lined up on the strong or weak side of the formation, I form, or just single back. It's basically that's really all the basics of the game. Some of the start menu features I guess I could show you is first instant replay. Or if you did something really cool that you want to see again in slow motion or whatever, and you can do instant replay, and it starts with this menu here, and it just shows you all the controls and how to do things. Y is zoom out, X is zoom in. The camera, you can go zoom in or out with the camera by going by using the directional pad, left or right. You can go up or down, try to get closer to the turf or high up in the air by going up and down on the D-pad. Using the right thumbstick, you can rotate, or by using the left thumbstick, you can locate wherever you want your center to be. A just plays and then pauses the play. Left and right, fast forward and rewind. Triggers, left trigger and right trigger. And then if you click in the right thumbstick, that just hides that menu, so you have to look at it while you're doing the play. And then B will just exit the play. And then when you exit, it goes back to the start menu. In coaching options, in game, you can set audibles, do defensive assignments, change up your depth chart. If there's a guy that you want to start over another guy, or somebody's gotten hurt, you can make adjustments here. And then you have practice options, which we've already looked at. Choose a new play, which you can just automatically do in play by hitting the back button in practice. Change practice type or change sides, which we've already done. And you have settings, which is just all your basic settings in the game. Volume control, change player CPU skill, change the game options, difficulty, game speed, things like that. So all those can come in handy if you want to utilize those. And then it has the controller select, which we looked at before, the game manual, which I've never really used, but like I said, if you don't know a lot about Madden, it might actually come in handy for you. And then you can just quit practice, and I guess we can actually look at the game now, because a lot of the basics function just the same as practice, but some things are different, which I think are good to point out. So we'll just do the game, which you now that we're at the top menu here, you just do by going to play now, and you can play in the Super Bowl, or you can just do an exhibition, which we'll do, I guess. Just randomly select a team. I guess we'll be the Raiders, and then we'll randomly select the computer team, which is the Jets, I guess. So when you select them, this comes up. Actually, I want to see if you, while you're at this menu, if you hit X, you can change your settings. You can change your playbooks, difficulty skill, which I'll set at All Pro. The difficulties are Rookie, Pro, All Pro, and All Madden in ascending order. And then there's Custom, which I don't know what that is, because I don't think that really lets you set up your own custom difficulty. Maybe they do, but this game's weird sometimes, so... basically, your skill levels are Rookie is really, really, really easy. Like seriously, if you've never played a football game before, you could win that game by a lot. And then there's Pro, which Pro is also pretty easy. Maybe a little more difficult, but the Rookie and Pro are basically the same thing. And then all of a sudden you have All Pro. And All Pro is actually a fairly realistic game based on the based on the teams you're using. I mean, like if you're playing like the Packers, which are like a really good team, versus like the Raiders or even the Rams that are just not a very good team. You know, you can see their overalls there, which are out of 100, and it just tells you like how good the team is. It's like All-Pro might actually be really hard for you if you are the Raiders playing a good team like the Packers. But it still should be a fairly easy game for an experienced person to win, I guess. And then all of a sudden you have All Madden, which All Madden is just insane. I never play on All Madden because it's crazy. You always get your ass kicked, and I don't think it's really fun. So basically there you see like the difficulty settings in Madden, they're not very uniform, and like their jump from difficulty to difficulty. But whatever. And then all of a sudden, before you start your game, you have these options here. You have the play call style game flow, which is like a new thing that Madden did where they just kind of automatically select plays for you, and I don't want to do that, so we'll just do conventional. Game types exhibition, we'll do 5 minutes. We'll turn off the accelerated clock. If you want to play like a full game with like 15-minute quarters, you can put on an accelerated clock, and just like between plays, it just has the play clock and the game clock running, so it kind of, I guess, gives it a little more realistic feel. You can set the game time. We'll just do a 1 o'clock game though, and you can play a game in the stadium anywhere you want. You can do any kind of weather you want. We'll just do clear. And then you start your game. And then in the loading menu, they have all these tips for you all the time, which some of them are useful, I guess. And then before the game, they have all these like cool presentation things and stuff, but I just skip those. You just hit A a couple times, it'll take you right to the coin toss to start the game. You know, Jets are the away team, so they get to choose, and they won the toss, so now going to receive the ball, and Raiders are defending. Do the kickoff, which I showed you earlier today. Hit A for power, and then hit A for accuracy, which that was really bad, but whatever. It's still in bounds, no penalty for illegal procedure.
The NFL on EA Sports right now. And here we go with third-year
quarterback
out of SC, Mark Sanchez.
I'm just going to do All Madden, do a cover 2 to start the game, kind of judge what the Jets are doing. A lot of like in-game stuff when playing Madden is just really like being able to read the other team, make adjustments and stuff, just like you're like a coach coaches a real game. Wow, that was bad.
What a play! He's gone! And on the very first play,
so now I'm going to do the field goal block. And my controller died. So my controller kind of sucks, but came back on, so now we do the field goal block here.
He powers into the end zone for a touchdown. Nick Folks.
So now we do our kick return.
New York looks ready to kick it away. Ford is back to receive the kick.
Turning the kick off.
And he'll return it from way back at the 3. At the 30. At the 40.
So actually ran that one back for pretty good return. But now I'm on offense. I guess I'm going to do a fullback dive, which, oh, apparently they're going to review it, or maybe not. I don't know what the hell that was right there. But anyways, in game, if you hit the start menu, if you hit the back button, like in practice, it calls a timeout. So don't try to hit the back button unless you really want to call a timeout, or you can just call a timeout from the start menu here, but it doesn't give me the option because I just called a timeout. Just like in practice, it gives you a lot of the same options, except you can, look at stats and highlights from the game. You can super sim, which I think is interesting. So it's like you don't actually have to play the game if you don't want to. You can sim ahead to any point by hitting Y. You can even go back and exit the sim. And you see there you can hit A to sim the next play, and then all of a sudden you can jump back into the game if you want. What else? You can check medical center by hitting A. I'll let you know who's injured. Nobody in my team is injured yet because the game just started. They also in-game, when you're playing a game, if you hit the start, if you get to the start menu, they show you the dynamic player performance, which was new for Madden 12. It's like in a game, it like tells you like who's doing good or bad, like based on like those player traits that they have, which is something interesting. Like I'll show you here. I don't know if I'll let you look at it. Oh yeah, Jason Campbell is the starting quarterback on Madden 12, and he has all these different traits. So like, he'll never throw the ball away apparently, and he's an aggressive passer as far as forcing passes. So all players in Madden 12 have those kind of traits, and if you're having a good or bad game, those traits will change in game. So the Jets are stacking the box. I might actually want to do a pass here. I'm going to try to throw it out to Murphy there, see how that's covered. That's actually covered pretty well, so I got sacked. That's cool. Trying to kick it out there to the fullback, but I didn't do it in time. See if I can catch him off guard with a run. That's probably not going to fool him, so I'm going to change. This also something that you want to learn is by hitting the up arrow on the directional pad. By hitting up, you can do hot routes. So like if I want to run this play, but I don't like Zach Miller's route, pulling the right trigger here to see the routes, I can change his route by hitting the thing that corresponds to him. Call it timeout, so I'm not wasting game time. So like Zach Miller here, the tight end, is doing a little drag to the outside, but if I want him to do a slant left, I can bring up the hot reads menu and select him, and then you see there on the right thumbstick, if I hit left with it, all of a sudden now you see there for A, he's doing a slant left, which is usually a route that's not covered very well, except that time it was. But most of the time that works pretty well. Usually on third downs, if you, I don't really like this route because I don't think anybody's going to be open. But if you bring up the audibles menu, if you hit X, I think this route usually works. Most of the time, if you get good blocking, you can stay in the pocket long enough, the tight end will be open downfield. Like, I forget the Oakland's line is terrible, so we'll super sim the game to go back on offense, which I can do here, hitting Y, and then you can do change of possession, and then actually I got to do it again because now the Jets have the ball, and we want to do it until the Raiders have the ball again. So now they're on offense again.
They'll start at the 26-yard line.
Do a run with Darren McFadden. You can see right there, you pull up the play. If you're playing against somebody and you want to disguise the play that you're in, you can pull up the left trigger, and by and I switched the play on accident. I flipped it. I think I hit the right trigger too many times. But when you're, I don't think they let you do it against the computer, but when you're doing a game against another person, when you pull up the play art by holding the right trigger, you can shoot, like by moving the right thumbstick in different directions, it'll show like different phony plays. You can try to like catch the other player off guard and get them to think you're running a different play when you're not. So in game here they have the on the top bar there they have, you know, the score of the game, the you know, what quarter it is, time left, where the ball is on the field, his possession, just all the basic information of a football game. that happens in a football game. So we get the first down there and a run. Now they want me to run this pass play, which that B route, that highlighter route, usually works unless it's well covered. So like right now, oh god, I was gonna be able to throw it. I'm just gonna super sim this again. I don't know why I picked the Raiders because they're terrible. And the Jets are actually pretty good in this game, which God knows why, because they weren't very good that season that this game came out. Something else that's important in the game is if you go to the start menu and you go to coaching options, you can challenge a play. So if you didn't think a play was a fumble or something like that, you can challenge it. And there was a stupid challenge on my part because, I mean, it was clearly a fumble, but I did it just to show you guys how it worked. And the super simming, the Jets scored again, but all of a sudden now the Raiders scored. So I think now the Raiders have the ball again. We'll try this run play that they suggested with McFadden. It didn't work very well. I was supposed to run it right between the tackles there. Like, that one's a pitch, I don't want to do that. See if I pull up the audibles here. Okay, I'm gonna run this, try to hit Miller, see if he's not covered. See, actually that play actually worked that time.
And so far in this one, as you can see, this player has been the impact performer of the game so far. Now we have a first
Try this pass play by using audible. See, he was wide open that time, so he didn't catch it because he's terrible. I don't know the hell that guy is, but he's not very good. Try this pass play again. And Zach Miller's wide open. Almost got a touchdown there if he was faster. But he got good field position, so I can't complain. Try this pass play. And you see there, I did the hot route to Ford. He was already running a slant, but I just made the slant shorter, so that way, you know, would be wide open if it was zone, and it was. And I'm gonna run a play up the middle with Darren McFadden. Almost got a touchdown there. I guess I could show you play action pass. I don't know why I'm running a play action pass in the goal line, but let's see if it works. Nope. Jason Campbell's not very good throwing on the run. Maybe if I was using somebody like Cam Newton, Michael Vick, that would have worked. Somebody who's actually as good passing on the run. Let's try the run for the touchdown, which didn't work. Now it's 3rd and goal. I'll do the play by formation. Do the goal line and we'll do the fullback dive. Try to catch the defense off guard. And I got in for the touchdown from Marcel Reese. So now I get to do the extra point, which works just like how we always do kicks.
Sebastian Janikowski adds the extra point. Oakland is ready to kick this one off. Wilson is deep, looking to return the kickoff. Higgins was there to bring him down. They'll get the ball here at the 17. It's 1st and 10. Green gets the ball. Rolando McClay was
Now I'm
there
on
for the stop.
defense with Oakland.
They've shown dominance in the ground game. They're not letting up one bit. They'll probably look to keep pounding it.
I got a lot of guys in coverage, so I'm going to go to man. defense there in the
They
adjustment
go with the run.
by doing the audible. And then with the run, but I still had guys in the box. My running back was to
And
stop
it's
the
now
run.
2nd and 6.
I'm just doing Ask Madden for a lot of my plays, which I think is easiest more than anything. If you're a beginner to Madden, it's probably just easiest to do Ask Madden.
Looking for a man. The stop was made by Rolando McClain.
Tried to put the big hit on that guy there and it didn't work. Still caught the ball.
That time a nice play action pass, open it up down the field.
Green, left side.
Yeah, the offensive line did their job. They created enough of a seam to get him up into the secondary.
They just cracked off a long run on us, so now we might actually want to go man so we can kind of get, you know, a little help on.
Has a man short to his left.
Oh god.
And he's tackled at about the 35-yard
I think it was the guy
by Johnson.
I was covering.
And we'll
Was
have
his
a first
man.
down and 10. Ball
But oh
on
well.
the 35-yard line.
I usually just like doing defensive play, like defensive line, try to get sacks
Flips
on the
it out
quarterback.
short to his left. And it's knocked loose as he tried to corral it.
He's one of those quarterbacks who trusts his arm maybe a little bit too much. He should have never thrown that ball.
You see here, you can pull up your play art just on defense, just like on offense. You can see this guy that I'm covering is in zone, so he's supposed to be covering that guy deep.
Smith was
Oh
his
wow.
intended target.
Diving tackle, saved the touchdown.
Here they have a 3rd down and 10 to go.
That guy just totally got by the safety there. So it's 3rd and 10, and they have to go for the touchdown, and it's overthrown because Mark Sanchez is very good.
That pass rush
So now
didn't get
the
there
Jets are
that
going to try to
time,
go
but it
for
got
the
close enough to
field goal
distract the quarterback and force him into
to
a bad throw.
take the lead late in the game. See how that works out for him. You can try to block a field goal, but it's not very easy to do. I usually just take control of the line back and try to jump before the kick is released. I think it's very effective though.
They're still putting 3 points on the board.
Oh man, I just got another long kick return
Ended
there.
their last drive with a touchdown.
So now let's see what
they'll
Ask
look to
Madden's
make
telling me
it
to do.
2
I can
in a
do
row.
a pitch or a slot pass or a misdirection
The
run
offense
play.
take over at the
I think I'll take
28-yard
my
line.
chances and look in
1st down and 10.
my audibles, see what they give me. Try to dive. See if they're bluffing on their blitz, which they weren't.
You know, you can draw up any sort of protection scheme and blocking scheme that you want. But
I'm
ultimately,
gonna run
this game
audibles
comes down
again,
to
which I like to
one
do a
big
lot
man
because I think it
against
just
another
gives
big
you
man, and that time the defensive big men, they won the
an
battle.
interesting way to
Goes through his progression.
throw the defense
Rolling
off.
out to his right. Brian
Throw it to
Thomas
Zach Miller
was
there for
there
the
to
short
bring him down.
pass. That's 3rd
They
and
were trying
10.
to work that ball down the field. There really wasn't anything there. They dump it off, and not much underneath either.
So it's 3rd and 10. I'm gonna do a little medium to deep pass. We'll
He's
see if.
searching for receivers. Just gets it away.
Wow, that guy on the left there
Pretty
just
tight
totally
game
got
as we head
free.
into the 4th. Our score,
Or was supposed to be blocking. He was
the
not
Jets,
doing it well.
17.
So here I'm supposed to punt, but this is
14.
Madden, so it's
The Raiders
not real.
down by 3.
So I can
at
do whatever the hell
ball
I
to start
want.
the 4th.
So I'm gonna go for it on 4th down. So I'm gonna try. I really like that for that 4 verticals route
Looks
there.
like they'll
I
opt to
really
go
like this
for it
route.
here.
It usually
They weren't able to get
works.
the play off. That one cost them 5.
Oh, great.
And that
Oh, well.
just kills you as a coach.
Play
There's
clock is
just
running,
no excuse
but-
for making that
Well,
kind
for
of
the
a
play I want to
penalty on
run,
4th
it's
down.
definitely going to be more than
So after the
15
penalty,
yards if I
it's now
complete
4th and
this.
15.
So usually they have McFadden running this little drag route, but on this kind of a play, you usually get blitzed pretty easily, so I'm going to do a hot route and select him there with the left bumper and tell him to block me on the left, so that way I get more blocking. And this play clock keeps friggin' going
You
on.
can see
I don't know
even
why.
his teammates are
I
upset
don't know why
about
it's
that one.
call
You
timeout because I
can't
actually want
make
to run that
kind
play.
of a mistake on 4th down.
Sweet, now I got 60 whole seconds to run this play and show it off at the same time, so it's good. So like I was saying, do the hot route and make McFadden block on my lefts. That way I got, you know, some guy who would be...
Passes it deep on the left side.
That didn't work, but oh well.
Play by the defense that time,
And we'll try to do the...
and now the pressure.
Oh yeah, you can't do super sim. When a play is actually running, that's important.
Start at the 18-yard line.
But if we're doing
First
defense
down,
here,
10 to go. Looks for the safe short throw. Stiff arms.
try to let the Jets get a quick score here, so we can get the ball back. We're doing 5-minute quarters, so we shouldn't have a whole lot of time to try to win the game.
Tight ends are tough to cover.
They'll work the right side.
Show it off at the same time, so it's good. So like I was saying, do the hot route and make McFadden block on my lefts. That way I got, you know, some guy who would be... That didn't work, but oh well.
He didn't get back to the line.
If you want to be considered one of the top cornerbacks in the National
And we'll try to do...
everybody has to be able to cover. But the top guys can not only cover, but come up and make big hits like that. Tremendous play.
Looks right.
Oh yeah, you can't do super sim.
He's got it.
When a play is actually running, that's important.
Dustin Keller delivers a touchdown pass.
But if
on
we're
a
doing
beautiful
defense here,
throw, and I just admire the way he plays the quarterback.
try to let the Jets get a quick score here,
But also this gutsiness.
so we can get the ball back. We're doing 5-minute quarters, so I shouldn't have a whole lot of time to try to win the game.
Stands back to field the kick. Camps under it. He will start from his own 5. He gets this one to the 26-yard line. Number 82 was there for the stop. They'll start this
Do I want
drive
to control,
at the
do
26-yard
blitz
line.
here?
Now we have a
Because
first
they're going to be
down
running it.
and 10 to go. Buying time with his feet. Rolls to his right. Brian Thomas was there to bring him down.
Oh wow.
Back to the line.
So the Jets got the
Nothing
touchdown
more.
there.
We've got 2nd and 9 yards to go.
Somebody getting the ball back,
The ball
a
is on their
chance
own
to...
26. Has a seam down the middle. Interception.
So now they're winning by
Step
more
in
than a
was
touchdown,
Noobtube.
so I really got to
Was
get a
there
quick
for the
score
stop.
here. Get the kickoff here. And we got pretty good field position there. But I really gotta move the ball downfield. We'll see if I can do that at all. I don't want to do this play action pass though, because the play action just doesn't work a whole lot on Madden. So what I can do is I can make the running back block instead of doing the play action. That didn't work. Oh well. Try this. Oh, and he picked it off, so that's what happens when you throw an interception on offense. Anyway, I'm going to lose this game, but it's not really important. What's important is I'm showing you how the game actually works. So if you, like, get really pissed off that you're losing a game or something, you can just quit the game, or you can restart the game if you want. They'll just take you back to the coin toss. But we'll quit. And that just takes you back to the top menu. If you play Madden, some other interesting features of the game include Xbox Live. If you have Xbox Live, you can play versus other people in game. You have Ultimate Team where you can set up and like build your Xbox Live team. I don't do that very often, but I think it's an interesting feature that they have in this game. And then you have just game modes, which is, you know, game modes, where we went to practice, we saw there. And they have the two of the big features in the game, which is franchise mode, where you act like an NFL owner of a team. And you get to like build a team and just progress through the future of that team, try to win Super Bowls, draft players, all that stuff. You can do Superstar, where you create a guy or use an existing guy and just like play out their career. They have mini games, which is I think you can like do different drills and stuff there. You can play that like with your friends and stuff. And then they have Madden moments, which is through Xbox Live, and that's like you can like play in Madden. You can like try to recreate like real life, like NFL like famous moments in games and stuff. And then you have My Madden, where you can like edit rosters, go to player management. You can just look at any player and any team and edit them. Can release them or trade them to different teams. You can look at depth charts, sign free agents, trade players. So you try to trade Aaron Rodgers for like, I don't know, Tom Brady. And they'll actually let you do it, which is funny, because I don't know if that would actually work in real life. And basically all your other features of the game are just all the technical stuff, like in My Madden. Things like changing the settings, creation zone, you can create a player or a team, change uniforms of teams, do coaching options outside of games, file management, you want to load or save or delete different files you have on hand. And that's basically Madden. That's basically in its entirety the basics of, you know, the controls and mechanics work, how in-game play works, how all the different game modes work and stuff. So that's basically that. Next week we'll all get together as a group, and we'll have a gameplay video coming up. So we'll have Taylor playing Madden. You know, hopefully this tutorial helps her play the game well. And I think we're interested in getting somebody like Brian or even somebody else who doesn't play Madden a lot to face off against her, and we'll see how that turns out.